Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQA Nostalgia here, and today is a very good day for me because I just got to see some actual gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront. I'm sure you've seen it already as well, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright strike for this. Sometimes that happens. I'm fucking doing it anyway. I am extremely excited to play this game. I just want to say right away the first person view looks great. I'm most likely going to be playing it in third person because that's the way I roll, but oh my god, this looks good. It looks so good. The graphics look really good, and it's Star Wars, and it's totally Star Wars. The sound effects and everything. I mean, the previous games, and I did play them by the way. I started playing with the very first one on PS2. I played the ones on PSP, and man, it was just that game that I played when SOCOM stressed me out too much. I was a big SOCOMer back in the day. Many of you already know this. But Star Wars Battlefront kind of had more of a light-hearted feel to it. You could respawn in it. Not that respawns weren't in SOCOM, but anyway, I'm getting off track. It just looks amazing. The particle effects and everything, it looks great. And I have to wonder if they're playing this on a PC because it looks like it's getting a solid 60 FPS and the graphics are really nice. I don't know if PlayStation 4 is gonna be able to pull that off. I'm not sure, but I will be playing it on PC at any rate. But man, I'm just like total fucking man-child nerdgasm over this. That's how I am with Star Wars anyway. My wife just kind of rolls her eyes at me. I'll be like, "Hey, you want to watch Star Wars?" No, I don't want to watch that again. What's with guys in Star Wars? And not that I'm saying women don't like it, but she's not into it. I absolutely love it, and you know, this is just like it's like every Star Wars fan's fantasy to be able to play through these levels. And seeing it now with next gen graphics, it's just fucking awesome, man. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Okay, so one thing I heard is that the Imperial walkers, they're on a predetermined path, they're on rails. So you can't just walk them everywhere. I don't remember if they were like that before in the other Battlefront games. I don't recall, but it makes more sense. I mean, they have their objective, they know where to go, they take a predetermined path. And if you could go wherever you want with them, I could see people kind of trolling it or screwing it up. And it probably wouldn't be very fair for the rebels if you could just go everywhere and blast them. The rebels, over time, will get to know where they could be to get away from them. But the flying looks great. I heard there's not going to be space battles, and people have been complaining about that. I'm going to get into that in a little bit in a little rant that I've got prepared for you guys. I'm going to kind of go off the deep end. If you're not in a rant and you don't like swearing, you might not want to stick around for that, but I'm going to put that at the end of the video. So this looks like it's running really solid, 60 FPS. This is probably on a PC. The video was it did have PlayStation 4 in the beginning of it, so I don't know. You know how they are with that kind of shit, though. They'll usually play the games on PC, and then later on, the console versions won't look as good. But I'm hoping that's not the case. But the combat looks really smooth in terms of flight. The ground combat looks the same as it did before. Everything looks pretty much the same in terms of mechanics. Only the graphics are amazing, and things can be destroyed. You can see right there. There's some environmental damage taking place. So that's cool that they added that. They do have, I think they're using the Frostbite engine or something similar to it, like Frostbite 3 or 4, whatever they're on now. I'm not certain. But this little chase sequence right here is just like, it reminds you of the first film when Luke's going through the Death Star. So I think it was cool they put that in there. That's kind of like a nod to the fans of the series. But you can play as different races. I can't remember what this dude's called. I know people are going to be like, wow, what the fuck? You're a Star Wars fan. You don't know what these guys are. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But, oh my god. The shield and shielding up over the orbital strike. Yeah, I'm amazed. This year's E3 has hardly begun, and I'm already like just having a joygasm over this stuff. And the way they introduced Luke and Vader, good stuff. We knew they were going to be in it anyway because you could play as the heroes back in the day. But yeah, everything pretty much looks the same in terms of mechanics. This looks just like I remember it back in the day. Now the game doesn't have single player. I don't think I mentioned that yet because this is my second time going through and doing this. I messed up the commentary. It doesn't have single player, which has people kind of flipping out. Okay, so this is co-op. This is the co-op trailer that they showed us, and it just looks really awesome. I'm pretty sure we didn't have co-op before. I love co-op. I've always liked co-op in games. I like working together with people as well as trying to kill them. So that's just kind of like my MMO Care Bear coming out. But I love co-op. I like, and especially like the horde mode where the waves are coming at you. I play a lot of Payday 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I've got a lot of hours invested in it between 360 and PC. But yeah, this looks amazing. It looks like a lot of fun, and I don't know how many players it is. I think they're just showing two players here. I don't know if it goes up to three or four players. I think it's just two. I'm not certain. I probably should have looked it up before I started making the video, so I know my shit a little bit better. But I'm just really excited, guys. I gotta get this out there. The particle effects look great. The lighting looks great. The graphics look really good, and I'm wondering. I just keep wondering, is this PS4 gameplay? It just maybe I'm out of touch with consoles since I've been playing on PC for about a month. It just doesn't seem like they're going to be able to pull this off at a solid 60 FPS, 1080p. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you think consoles are going to be able to run this 1080p, 60 FPS, this looks really good. I'm thinking, oh shit, I might have to get a new graphics card because I've only got the GTX 960. I might have to spend like 500 bucks on the 980 in order to run this above 60 FPS. But yeah, it looks amazing. But at this point in the video, I'm going to go ahead and get into the rant. Like I said, if you don't like if you don't like swearing, you're not going to want to stick around because I'm very irritated with the community right now. Very very irritated. So naturally, there's people complaining, as is going to be the case with like every every fucking game that's ever been created. People bitch. It doesn't matter what game it is. And it seems like something that's only happened in the past, I don't know, 5 or so years. It doesn't seem like it's coming from my generation. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm full of shit right now. But it doesn't seem like it's the 80s guys, that were born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s. It doesn't seem like too much of that is happening with 30 somethings. It seems like it's mostly coming from the 90s babies. And so many of them seem like they're just fucking self-entitled whiny little bitches. They pick apart everything, like everything. This is corruption and this is that. They just like everything's a fucking conspiracy theory. You know, they can't stand game studios because of this or that, and they don't like EA because they're this big corporate evil giant. And look, man, I get that. I went through the whole Illuminati thing and the 9/11 conspiracy shit before. I went through all that stuff. I'm not going to get into the politics. I'm just not going to fucking go there. But after a while, even if you do follow that, like, the fuck the man kind of mentality and corporate evil bullshit, after a while, you start to get sick of it. I went through that in my 20s, and I think it's just like a thing that kids kind of go through, the whole fuck authority thing. That's been around for a while. But once you start getting a little bit older, you just get fucking tired of it. You just don't care anymore, I guess when you're in your 30s, it's just kind of like, whatever. And then when you're in your 40s, by the time you get to that age, it's probably you just don't fucking care anymore, man. Because there's nothing you can do about it. But it just seems like it's that anti-corporation, anti-big company thing that it's just like this hipster fucking mentality. People are complaining about the fact that all the stuff that was in the originals, it's not here. Where's the Clone Wars and where's the space battles? And it's probably going to be fucking DLC, and DLC is evil and it's ruining gaming. And I posted something about it. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen now. It amazes me how cynical the gaming community has become over every single fucking detail. I mean, what the actual fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, this looks good, but no single player, no space battles, no Clone Wars. It doesn't jerk me off while I eat my Totino's pizza and sip Mountain Dew. Shut the fuck up and be happy for once. And as you can see, I got 372 people that agreed with me. And I don't even have to tell you the fucking brigade of people that have just like risen up against me Oh, you're a fucking piece of shit, and if I buy something, I have the right to complain about it, and it's self-entitled, self-entitled, self-entitled bullshit. Yeah, oh my god. I understand as a consumer you're entitled to, getting what you pay for. But they're showing you what you've got. They're not going to fucking like rip you off and be like, "Oh, this is in the game." "Oh, nope, it's not. It's DLC." What the fuck, man? Either you like it and you accept it or you don't. It's not 2003 anymore. We're not living in the PlayStation 2 era where it was a lot easier to make games. You're talking about two fucking generations ago, guys. Why do people still think that games are so easy to fucking make? Like that's like comparing Atari to Sega Genesis or Sega Genesis to PlayStation 2. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. We're talking like over a decade ago, and people are just like, "Oh, well, it should all be in there now." It's way harder to make games now, guys. It takes more time, it takes more money, it takes more fucking people. Sure, they could put all that shit in there, but the development time is going to go up. And then people are going to be like, "Oh, this game's taking forever." People just bitch about everything. They're going to bring shit out in DLC as long as it's not on the fucking disc. Don't get your panties in a twist over it. That's the only time I get pissed off about DLC, when it's locked on the fucking disc, because that's some bullshit. And I can understand people that get mad about DLC when it's like that. That's fucked up. You buy something and they hold it back. That's fucked up. Release it. But if they're going to work on it over time later on, what's the problem? I see a lot of that with Payday 2, and coming from 360, I have no fucking patience for it, because 360 didn't have like anything. We had like zero DLC. There's like 27 DLC packs, like 29, I think it's up to, for Payday 2, and you can't go on Steam without seeing people bitch about it left and right. The game's still being supported 2 years after it came out. That's something that should be celebrated, not frowned upon. How are you going to get mad about that? You don't know. You don't have to buy the fucking new shotgun pack. You don't need the heat. You don't need the high explosive rounds. That's your prerogative if you want to get those. You don't have to buy them. So what are you complaining about it for? "Oh, it's pay to win because in order to take down the bulldozer easier, you need the high explosive rounds." Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, man. It's just completely asinine. People that complain about DLC like that. There's good and bad DLC. If, like I said, if it comes out after the fact and it increases the game and it makes it better, what's the fucking problem? You know? And I'll tell you right now, if the game comes out and I get it in November and I find out that they hid like the whole fucking space battles away on the disc and you unlock it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I will make a rant video, I promise you. If I see any backhanded bullshit like that, I will complain about it. But we this is all speculation. Nobody can say that that's happening yet. People are complaining. Let's just lay this on the table right now. People are complaining about a gameplay footage for a game that's not out yet because it doesn't have features that were in a game that came out 10 fucking years ago. Really? Really, guys? That's what we're doing now? That's what we've fucking devolved into? "Oh, this used to be in PS2. How come it's not here?" Because it's not fucking PS2. Get over it. People are comparing this game to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like this is Star Wars Battlefront 3 and it should improve upon the formula. No, this is Star Wars Battlefront. It's kind of like a recreation. It's not, but it is. I mean, it's not. Let's be fair here. It's not Star Wars Battlefront 3. That failed. It didn't happen. It was supposed to happen. I was fucking excited about it. Most of you were excited about it, but it didn't happen. We're getting basically a remake here. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. But oh my god, the people that just complain. Well, I just want to slap them because you see the video and you're like, yeah, and then and then very stupidly you scroll down and read what other people have to say, and they just step all over it. Like one guy who was like, "Oh, I know everybody's excited about this, but let's keep in mind there's no single player and there's no space battles." Fuck you, man. Why you gotta piss on my parade? I'm fucking hyped. I'm hyped for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm going to be covering it on this channel. If you're new to my channel and you like what I do here, I ask that you subscribe. Please leave a like so other people can see this video because I think it needs to be said. I think people need to hear this. there's a certain point where complaining is just like complaining for complaining's sake. It's not anything constructive. It's just, oh well, this fucking sucks and fuck the world and fuck this game. And there's one guy who's commenting to me. He's like, oh well, I don't support this kind of bullshit. I don't support EA. Then what the hell are you doing here? What are you watching the video for? There's a lot of things I don't like that I don't support. I don't go there and tell people, hey, I don't support this. This fucking sucks. I mean, the only time I've done that, and I will be truthful here, is with H Hour. And this is a game that I've supported on Kickstarter. I put money into it. I actually invested into this. I made videos over it. And then they started fucking over the community hardcore. I'm not going to get into the details. If you want to learn more about it, I've got videos on it on my channel. Just go look through my H-hour videos. That studio fucked up bad. I have gone to their videos and told people, do not fucking get on board with this. I made that mistake. I've warned people against it. But no, in any other way, no, I don't fucking do that. If I'm not with something, I don't make a habit of watching it and complaining about it. I just don't do it. Like the whole fucking Anita Sarkeesian thing. I'm sure a lot of you know about her. I don't ever. This is the first time I think I've ever mentioned her on my channel. I don't ever talk about her because I don't like her. I'm not going to give her publicity. And I'm kind of fucking breaking that rule right now. But that's the thing. When I see people left and right making videos about her, it's like, shut the fuck up about it. Let it just die off. If you don't care about it, you are what you fucking pay attention to. You know what I mean? Your mind. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. If out of sight, out of mind. If you don't like something, you don't have to subject yourself to it. It doesn't have to become part of your life and a part of you. So yeah. But that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been just ranting on and on. So yeah, E3 hasn't even kicked off yet. It's the 16th, early hours. The wee early hours in the morning. I shouldn't be up right now, but I can't sleep. I'm too hyped up, and they're bringing stuff out early, and it's kind of like blindsiding me here. I just found out about Final Fantasy VII. I am making a video about it right now. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like so other people can see this. And I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.